Hey, this is Coach Jason at Art of War MMA and Fitness. So in this video, I want to talk about using feints. There's a couple reasons you use feints. Number one, it tells you what your opponent's reactions are going to be, right? So if I throw a jab and then I feint the jab and I see him move over, then I know, okay, when I go to jab, he's going to move his hand over to block that. So now I know, okay, that gives me information. So it allows you to scout your opponent. The other thing feints do is it disrupts your opponent's timing, right? Because it's so important to, once you master the basics, you have to start learning to attack with different rhythms. And sometimes that can just be a pause and a feint to throw off your opponent's rhythms. Because quite often when you see novice fighters, they're coming together, there's no feints, they're just coming together, they're engaging, and they're stepping back. And then they're engaging again, and they're stepping back. So it becomes very predictable, right? So if we add some feints in, what we're doing is we're now starting to attack on different beats or different timing, right? So let's just talk about a few categories of feints that we can use within boxing, okay? If we were talking about kickboxing or MMA, now I've got, I can fake with my legs, I can fake shots, there's a lot of stuff you can do. But in boxing, there's a few types of feints, okay? One type of feint I can do, and I encourage you to start to practice this in your shadowboxing, is I can fake high and go low, or I can fake low and go high. Okay, so a really simple example might be, I throw a nice jab, I fake that jab, and then I throw across to the body. Okay, so very simple, man. I hit him high, I fake low, and I throw that cross to the body. Okay, a lot of times what I like to do with feints too, when I'm feinting, it's a really small movement with my shoulder, right? It's not a big movement, it's a small movement, but then I'm stepping, right? So you can use those feints to actually close distance. Okay, so I could fake low and go high as well. It might be the case that I jab to the body, and then I fake a body jab, and then I throw an overhand right over the top. Okay, so one category of feints is we fake high and we go low, or we fake low and we go high. Okay, and that can include many things. That's just a couple of examples I gave you. The other thing that we can do with feints, I can fake a strike from one angle. In other words, I could fake a jab, but then I could actually throw a strike from a different angle with that same hand. Okay, so a very common example on this would be I throw a jab, I notice that, hey, they parried my jab. The next time I throw the jab, I pump fake, and I slip, and I come around and I throw a hook. Okay, or it could be the case that I threw my jab, I hit him with a cross to the body. The next time I go down like I'm going to throw that cross to the body, but I actually come over the top with an overhand. Okay, so I can fake with this hand, and then throw at a completely different angle with that same hand. Or fake a jab, throw a hook instead, okay? And the other really common category of feints in boxing is faking with one hand and throwing the other, okay? So here's a really simple example. Maybe I throw a 1-2 and I duck out, and I notice my opponent's circling that way, and then I might fake a 2 and come back and throw a 3-2, okay? So I could throw a 1-2, they're moving that way, I pump fake my 2, and I throw a 3-2, okay? I could also, like the example that I just showed you, I throw a jab, I fake a jab, and then I throw a cross, okay? So just think about as you devise your own feints, and there are many options. Think about, I'm either going to be faking high and going low, faking low and going high, so I'm changing levels there. Or I fake a strike at one angle and strike with that same hand at a different angle. Or I fake with one hand and I hit with the other hand. Okay, so just some thoughts so that as you guys get into your shadowboxing, that you begin to make that shadowboxing more realistic and more applicable if you actually have to apply this in a fight or a self-defense situation.